Shall we drown them? Time for a swim? All right. Well. I'll do my best. For peace. Yeah. Yes, very well. Spring is sprung. Beautiful. Gotta cool off. Of course. I'll do my best. Very well. All right. Well, let's dream. Yeah. Time for a swim? I'll do my best. Spring is sprung. Yes. All right, for peace. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Gotta cool off.
Melt away.
Let's dream. Yeah. Very well. Yeah.
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem Clear video for Fire Emblem Heroes, and today we'll be taking on Plumeria, the Lewd Dream, in her very own Mythic Hero Battle on Abyssal difficulty. So the Fire Emblem Heroes Salacious Fairy is here in her own map, and it's actually relatively difficult. So Plumeria herself is a support character, she is a dancer, she has the ability to increase and boost the stats of her allies as well as debuff her enemies, which would be the Camillas in this instance, and so she runs that support role very, very well on this map. As you can tell by the map itself, we're in the Nightmare World, and it's wide open spaces. I mean, as far as map configurations are concerned, this is actually one of the best you could possibly get, I would say, generally speaking, for a flyer team. However, Plumeria is perfectly positioned sort of in the middle of the pack, and which allows extended range for basically all of the units around her since she can dance them. And she will be refreshing them, which allows certain units, like Cavalry for example, to basically go the entire length of the map. So you just want to be prepared and choke point off at certain areas. Now you do have these little pits that you can use to your advantage, but there are a pretty heavy number of not only flyer enemies, but also cavalry enemies. So again, either ones that aren't hindered by the fact that there are these pits, or ones that have just extended range in general, and then when they dance they pretty much can reach you no matter what. But let's take a closer look at Plumeria here. So Plumeria has relatively impressive stats, you know, speed on the middling side, but again, she's a support unit, and defensively she's got a whopping 52 res here. Now, of course, she has Iceberg at a 0-turn cooldown, so if she does initiate or is able to attack on you, she is going to get that Iceberg off, and she additionally has Attack Res Push 4, so that's going to boost that damage of Iceberg even further. She also has Attack Res Rain 3, which is going to ensure that she does even more damage. She also has Earth Boost 3 as the seal. I like how the boost skills at this point are basically just designated as only useful on Abyssal level stat enemies, because that's really all they're good for at this point. I'm curious when we'll ever get, you know, a boost 4, like tier 4 of the boost skills. But again, her kit is pretty well rounded. She also has Sabotage Speed 3, which of course the condition is based on her res stat, which is very, very impressive as we just noted, which means that if your units are adjacent to each other, they're probably going to get hit with a -7 speed. Enemy configuration is pretty balanced, I would say, in terms of movement type, in terms of weapon type, in terms of color distribution in general. Obviously they all have Abyssal level stats, so those stat lines are always a threat, but there's no domineering, I would say, particular color that you need to watch out for on this specific map. There are, of course, a number of debuffs to watch out for. Plumeria herself has the Sabotage Speed, and of course, additionally, her Sweet Dreams also ends up debuffing some of your units in the process. There's Panic on the Sword Knight. There's lull skills everywhere that nullifies, you know, activated buffs and boosts. So again, there's a lot of debuffs, and what I found, generally speaking, with my team configuration was that I was having trouble securing doubles in a lot of instances. Probably could have finagled a way around it to actually get the doubles that I needed to secure kills. Also being able to tank certain enemies and prevent doubles on my Camillas. So it was kind of a lazy way out. We ended up incorporating the use of breakers. A lot of breakers on our team, as well as Miracle, to survive certain hits and be able to retaliate. So let's take a look at the Camillas themselves. We got Vanilla Camilla here with her Special Refine, +10, plus speed. Reposition, I have Gale Force on her, Distant Counter for the A slot, Renewal 3 for the B slot, Hone Flyers for the C slot, and Spur Attack 3 for the seal, just to give some additional stat boosts to the other Camillas where appropriate. Next up, we got Spring Princess Camilla merged at +10 with 5 Dragon Flowers, Speed Asset, Summoner Support, Raven Triangle Adept build, Reposition, Miracle for the special, Lance Breaker 3 for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Quick Riposte 3 for the seal. So you might be wondering, well, why are you putting Quick Riposte when you also have Lance Breaker? Just in different instances, being able to allow her to secure certain kills throughout the course of the run itself. Tropical Beauty Camilla merged at +10 with an attack asset, Blarblade Reposition, Miracle for the special, Triangle Adept for the A slot, Red Tonebreaker for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Flyer Formation 3 for the seal. Summer Camilla being the only blue Camilla means that she really had to kind of take care of a lot of the reds on the opposing team, so I just kind of fitted her to basically be a red killer, more or less, and so that's the role that she's going to play here. And then finally, Flower of Fantasy Camilla. Adrift Camilla merged at +10 with an attack asset. Has her native Book of Dreams, Reposition, Miracle for the special, Attack Res Bond 3, Brash Assault 3 for the B slot, Goat Flyers for the C slot, and Speed Res Bond 3 for the seal. So she needed some additional speed in certain instances to secure certain doubles. Brash Assault is not a good skill, but I needed it for this particular instance just to secure some doubles, as you'll see a little bit later when she's at low health, as opposed to breaker skills that are most often implemented when you have high health and want to secure and prevent doubles on you. So as you can see, a lot of changes as far as breakers are concerned, and these are like budget skills. I mean, you can get these skills from anywhere, and it just kind of goes to show you that Gen 1 units with even budget skills can clear Abyssal level maps. You know, even with lower stats than you see for, you know, the shiniest units out there, these older skills really can make it or break it sometimes in these Abyssal level maps. So, first thing I'm going to do is just engage on the Sword Knight. Just want to take him out. He's going to be a looming, lumbering threat with Panic, so let's just take him out right away with Summer Camilla here. She'll double because she does have the speed to double, and also will be able to take out because, of course, with the Triangle Adept and the Blar Blade. And at this point, we want to go ahead and take out the Lance Flyer as well. We just want to poke out and take out as many as we can on each turn, because the reinforcements are going to be hot and heavy, and they're going to have dancing in their at their fingertips as well. So you just want to be wary of the overall double movement range of the units. Especially like this Bow Cavalier, for example. Obviously, being flyers, we're very susceptible to archers in general. So, you know, this archer being able to move as a cavalry unit and then getting danced and getting 3 movement again, that's a real problem, because of course that means that they have basically free reign over the map. So at this juncture, the Axe Cavalier has moved forward and got danced, but they have overextended, and we can just simply take them out with Adrift Camilla here, double on player phase, and eliminate. And now we want to take out the Red Mage because they're a pretty big threat. We'll accomplish this by shifting Vanilla Camilla down and then using Flyer Formation to move Summer Camilla and snipe this Red Mage out. Double on player phase. Boom, boom. Now we're just going to sneak Spring Camilla up here out of the danger zone, but kind of just hugging the danger zone there. So the Mana Keep down there is going to attack Adrift Camilla, but that's not a problem. She can tank that without any issue, and that's totally fine. The Cavalier is going to move forward, and this little repositioning shift that happened over here forced Plumeria over to the right-hand side so she didn't dance the Bow Cavalier, and that's exactly what I want. And so now the Bow Cavalier is weak out in the open. I can take him out with Spring Camilla on player phase, no problem. Now Spring Camilla is in the range of the Blue Mage, which again will be no problem. Now the Blue Mage has, again, we've got impressive stats, lots of stat boosts all around, but Triangle Adept, so he's going to take huge damage from Spring Camilla. Not going to be able to double without having the quick riposte. So again, that's why it's important to have these, you know, double enabling skills on the team in this particular, or for this particular strategy. Red Manakete is naturally a big threat right next to us, so we're just going to use Summer Camilla to take her out right quick. Double on player phase, and then we're just going to reposition to safety here. Also making sure that we get Hone Flyers buffs on both Summer and Adrift Camilla for the following turn. The Blue Mage goes down, a little bit of dancing, a little bit of movement, and a little bit of reinforcements once again. So I don't know why Intelligent Systems decides to put a Red Thief basically on every single map. Red Thieves are the bane of my of my Camilla teams, basically, because I don't have a great answer for them, because they generally have huge res, and often pretty high defenses and are very difficult to double. And there aren't any even like breaker skills for color dagger units or color bow users, so I don't know. Maybe they'll introduce those at some point down the line. But we'll go ahead and eliminate the Red Thief with using a combination of Summer Camilla to do some pretty big damage there, and then to finish off the Red Thief with Vanilla Camilla there. Now we'll reposition Adrift Camilla up here so that she can eliminate the Green Flyer on player phase. And that's where the Brash Assault is actually going to come into play. That's where that ends up helping us out. So we got a lot of cavalry, a lot of flyers, and it's actually relatively scary when you've got Plumeria back there, not only buffing them, but also debuffing you and extending their range. Any one of these could come in, swoop, and take the pick of the litter of attacking whoever they want. So on this turn, we want to take out some of the bigger threats, pick them off, while also kind of fortifying ourselves and defending ourselves so that we don't have any kind of weaknesses exposed. So we're going to accomplish that by first taking out the Lance Knight over here with Summer Camilla. She's just going to do enough damage to be able to double and take him out. And then we want to just take out the Axe Dragon up here. We can do that with Adrift Camilla. They're the ones that are kind of peeking out the most. And at this point, we're just going to actually reposition Summer Camilla over, and you'll notice that both Summer Camilla and Spring Camilla have Miracle at the ready, as well as Drift Camilla. We have 3 Miracles at the ready, which is very valuable because that means I can afford to tank some hits here while I'm cornered, and I am basically cornered. So, and with a Dancer in bound, that means that they're going to be able to hit whoever they want. So we reposition Drift Camilla back, and now again, we have certain units exposed, but they all have Miracle or can defend appropriately. Like Summer Camilla can proc that Miracle, survive. Spring Camilla is just going to get dinged, not going to have any issue whatsoever against the Lance Cavalier. And then because of the choke point here, and because we fortified ourselves, Sword Cavalier can't even attack. And the Sword Cavalier is probably one of the bigger threats because he can attack twice in a row, meaning that he can probably negate the Miracle on the first hit and then attack in the second hit and kill. So we're avoiding that entire issue, that conundrum in general, but with this positioning. So speaking of the Sword Cavalier, we want to take him out right away, and we can accomplish that with Adrift Camilla. We're just going to shift over here, give room to Adrift Camilla to move up, and she will go ahead and player phase the Sword Cavalier, take him out right quick, and she still has Miracle ready, and she still has 6 HP, which means, again, that she can survive any incoming attack. And then we have Spring Camilla here. She's going to be able to take out the Lance Cavalier on player phase, no problem whatsoever. And again, we've sort of fortified ourselves, eliminated any weaknesses that are exposed, because now they both have Miracle on the outside in the danger zone. So the Manicute's going to attack, we'll have Miracle ready to prevent the death. Again, Plumeria is going to attack, and then Adrift Camilla is going to not only proc Miracle, but retaliate, doing some pretty heavy damage to her. And at this point, we can just finish everything off. So Adrift Camilla is going to be able to take out the Green Fafnir, no problem on player phase whatsoever. And then Summer Camilla is just going to be able to move up here and take out and finish off Plumeria on player phase. So that's it. That's a strategy that I employed with Camilla Emblem to clear Plumeria, Lewd Dream, in her very own Abyssal level Mythic Hero Battle. Let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using to clear this challenge. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching, for taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really, really do appreciate it. Certainly hoping you're all staying safe, healthy, secure, and united out there, and wishing the very best for you, your family, and your friends. And until next time, let's protect those skies.